How would you feel if you were walking and saw a large, strange man following with the camera and yelling at you to turn around? I would want to call the cops. What if I told you that this behavior is legal and encouraged by society? People who are guilty of this behavior are commonly referred to as paparazzi. Paparazzi are men and women who follow celebrities around and take pictures of them, hoping to get a shot that they can sell to a magazine. Magazines buy these pictures from paparazzi for tons of dollars, meaning the more scandalous the photo, the more money the magazine will pay the paparazzi. I used to be a media consumer who unconsciously supported the paparazzi. I used to look through People magazines and read headlining stories about celebrities and their scandals. Then I realized all these stories were being published because creepy men and women were harassing and stalking these people. Now I consciously choose not to support the paparazzi and their behavior because it should be illegal. In my speech, I will discuss why the paparazzi should be illegal. I will talk about the effects that the paparazzi have on the lives of celebrities and their children. So the term paparazzi was first coined by Federico Fellini in his film La Dolce Vita. The singular version of paparazzi is paparazzo, and he said, "Paparazzo suggests to me a buzzing insect, hovering, darting, stinging." Paparazzi harass. They are willing to do anything to get a juicy story or picture, even pursue celebrities in car chases. The most heartbreaking account of paparazzi car chases ended with the death of Princess Diana. In Paris in 1997, Princess Diana and her boyfriend were pursued by paparazzi via car chase when Princess Diana's driver took a turn too quickly and the car collided with a tunnel column. Eyewitnesses of the crash said that the paparazzi, instead of getting out of their cars to try and help the people that were dying, they got out and started snapping pictures. They got on top of Princess Diana's car, actually, in order to get a better shot of her, as she was laying there still alive, but dying. And they didn't do anything. They were so obsessed with the idea of making millions, thinking that magazines would do anything to get a hold of these gruesome and really sad photos. But they didn't. They didn't make millions off of them. The world kind of had an awakening to just how horrific the paparazzi were and how sad this experience was, and no magazine was willing to publish these photos, except one in Italy, who experienced extreme backlash from the world. However, almost 20 years later, the world has all but forgotten the experience of Princess Diana, and the paparazzi shots are a bigger business than ever before. Nowadays, the media's favorite stories are the ones that are those of scandals and heartbreak in people's lives. The media has no time to write uplifting stories because they're so busy covering stories about adultery and divorce, addictions, abuse, crimes, lies, and even weight gain. Another example of how unethical the media has become occurred in 2007 when Britney Spears had a mental breakdown and shaved her hair off. A paparazzo had followed her and pointed the camera into the salon and snapped photos of Britney literally shaving her own hair off. Instantly, this story was a hit. Magazines posted this story everywhere. I remember going into grocery stores and that was all the magazines were covering, was just Britney Spears and her breakdown. And while most people look at how crazy Britney Spears was, I tend to look at how unethical the media was for making the story the headliner of every magazine for months. Britney was obviously struggling and mentally unstable at the moment, and the media viewed her struggles as an opportunity to make millions of dollars. To me, that is just sad. Where is their humanity? Paparazzi like to get celebrities at their worst moments because those pictures sell the best. That's all they're interested in. They want the $1 million shot. But that's not the only kind of picture that sells for big bucks. Paparazzi also target children of celebrities and often harass and scare kids to look at the camera. Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck's kids are some of the most sought after by the paparazzi. In an interview with CNN, Ben Affleck addressed this issue. He said, "My kids aren't celebrities. They never made that bargain," which is true. His kids had no choice in the matter. They did not choose to be famous, and so every outing with mom and dad comes with a mob of paparazzi and flashing cameras. Ben Affleck continued to say, "The tragic thing is, people who see those pictures naturally think it's sweet. They don't see the gigantic former gang member with a huge loan standing over a 4-year-old and screaming to get this kid's attention." Jennifer Garner and Halle Berry, both celebrities with children, are working to double the jail time for photographers who terrorize or harass children under 16 because of their parents' occupation. Other celebrities are just as upset about the harassment of their kids. Actress Kristen Bell is currently working to legalize paparazzi photographing children as well. She has a movement called the No Kid Policy, and a few organizations that want to legalize paparazzi in general are supporting Kristen Bell's movement, including the Paparazzi Reform Initiative. Bills are trying to be passed to make professional stalking, harassment, and photographing of celebrities illegal. The paparazzi are legal because we as consumers eat it up, and so it is such a large market. Paparazzi sell their stories and pictures to magazines, which in turn brings the magazines billions of dollars each year in profits. And so it is up to us as the media consumers to end this, but we're not, and so we're blocking these bills from being passed. Until these bills are being passed and become law, some celebrities are undermining the paparazzi anyways. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt had twins in 2008, and hundreds of paparazzi were just camped outside of the hospital, waiting to attack the couple and get a picture of their babies. But instead of giving the paparazzi a chance to attack them and make the $1 million shot that they are searching for, they decided to release pictures themselves. And they actually sold these pictures to the highest bidding magazine, which turned out to be People magazine and Hello magazine. And they sold these pictures for a whopping $14 million. So whatever pictures the paparazzi got of the twins were then worthless. I'm glad people are finding a way to fight back. Whether they are trying to pass laws about paparazzi or even just undermine this kind of business, celebrities are fighting for their basic human rights of privacy and security for their children. But do these celebrities have a right to complain? Is dealing with the paparazzi a small price to pay for fame and fortune? Some people might argue that celebrities sign up for this. They get paid so well and live such glamorous lives that dealing with the paparazzi must be a small price to pay. The thing is, the paparazzi's approach is evolving and becoming more and more aggressive. People used to be able to go to restaurants, and if a photographer wanted a shot, they would stand a respectable distance away and peacefully take pictures. Nowadays, there's always a mob of paparazzi waiting outside of a restaurant to capture a picture of the celebrity, and the shot is always of them fighting their way through the mob. And there's countless videos on YouTube of paparazzi just like shouting at celebrities while they're trying to get in their car. They have no respect for them nowadays. Some photographers were snapping pictures with flashes on while Katy Perry was in her car and trying to merge onto a busy street. She rolled down her window and told the paparazzi that she couldn't see the road because their flashing cameras were blinding her. In response, the paparazzi mockingly imitated her and continued snapping pictures. Classy. No amount of fame and fortune is worth being stalked, chased, or attacked by creepy men with cameras, and no child of a celebrity deserves to be treated that way either. Another thing that people say to justify paparazzi's aggressive behavior is that it's just a job. It's not just a job. This line of work erodes morals. Some paparazzi have to set a code of ethics for themselves because this line of work is so immoral. One man decided to do an experiment and acted as a paparazzi for a week. He shared his experience about waiting outside of a building for Victoria's Secret model Cara Delevingne. She bolted to her car, so the paparazzi decided to chase her. In his own words, this man said, "I turned around, and the two fellow camera guys I had been on the stakeout with are in a souped-up Toyota and ready to chase down Cara in her car to get a picture. I jump in, and with the door still open, we speed off to chase down her Chevy. For 10 minutes, we followed her SUV as her driver tried to lose us. He swerved into oncoming traffic, hopped curbs, stopped short, and at one point almost killed a motorcyclist while abruptly merging into another lane. I asked the driver of my car one of 30 obvious questions racing through my mind at this time. How do they not call the cops on you? Smoothly, he responded, if it gets too dangerous or I feel unsafe, I'll let them go. This mentality is what got Princess Diana killed 20 years ago. This man continued saying, after 3 hours of waiting, a high-speed car chase through LA, and nearly killing some unassuming motorcyclist, I saw Cara in person for a grand total of 28 seconds. And I still have no idea how I feel about it myself. It's all legal, but it feels super wrong. Is all of the danger and immoral behavior of this job worth it? The answer is no. I invite you all to stop clicking the dramatic stories and clickbait on Facebook, buying celebrity life magazines, watching the YouTube videos posted from paparazzi cameras, and letting this unethical behavior be considered normal. Celebrities have the same rights as the rest of us. rights to protect themselves and their families. Paparazzi should be an illegal profession because it is dangerous and unethical. However, since it is such a large market and industry, it is up to us to take this market down.